A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, Brazil's Supreme Court has ordered former President Jair Bolsonaro to serve house arrest as he faces trial for allegedly orchestrating a coup to cling to power after his electoral defeat in 2022. This decision, issued on May 8, 2025, by Justice Alexandre de Moraes, has sent shockwaves throughout Brazil, a nation already grappling with political turmoil and economic challenges, including a trade war with the Trump administration. The case against Bolsonaro has captivated the Brazilian public and is seen as a pivotal moment in the country's political landscape. Justice de Moraes asserted that Bolsonaro violated precautionary measures by disseminating messages through his three sons, who are also lawmakers. This violation has led to his house arrest, a significant legal consequence for a former president. Bolsonaro's defense team has announced their intention to appeal the ruling, arguing that the former president's remarks during a protest in Rio de Janeiro were not criminal in nature. They contend that his message of solidarity and freedom, shared via a cell phone belonging to one of his sons, should not be construed as a breach of legal restrictions. The political implications of this trial have drawn international attention, especially following remarks from U.S. President Donald Trump, who has publicly denounced the proceedings as a witch hunt. Trump's comments have ignited nationalist sentiments among Bolsonaro's supporters and have prompted reactions from various political figures within Brazil, including current President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. As the situation unfolds, the U.S. State Department has expressed its disapproval of the Supreme Court's decision, condemning the restrictions placed on Bolsonaro's ability to defend himself publicly. The Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs stated that these actions threaten democratic principles and freedom of expression in Brazil. The charges against Bolsonaro are severe, with prosecutors accusing him of leading a criminal organization aimed at overturning the election results. This includes allegations of plotting violence against Lula and Justice de Moraes following Bolsonaro's narrow loss in 2022. The gravity of these accusations has placed Bolsonaro in a precarious position, further complicated by the ongoing political strife in Brazil. In the wake of the house arrest ruling, federal police have taken steps to enforce the court's decision, including the seizure of cell phones from Bolsonaro's residence in Brasilia. This action underscores the seriousness of the allegations and the lengths to which the judiciary is willing to go in order to uphold the law. Bolsonaro is expected to remain in Brasilia during his house arrest, prohibited from traveling and limited to visits from family and legal representatives. This confinement marks a significant chapter in Brazilian history, as Bolsonaro becomes the fourth former president to face arrest since the end of the military dictatorship in 1985, a regime he has openly supported. The timing of this ruling is particularly poignant, as it follows mass protests by Bolsonaro's supporters across major Brazilian cities, where they have called for congressional pardons for those involved in the January 8, 2023, riots that targeted government buildings. The protests highlight the deep divisions within Brazilian society and the fervent loyalty Bolsonaro still commands among his base. Political analysts suggest that Bolsonaro's house arrest may serve as a rallying point for his supporters, potentially revitalizing the opposition as Brazil gears up for the 2026 elections. The political landscape is poised for a tumultuous period, with Bolsonaro's followers likely to push back against Lula's administration, which they perceive as authoritarian. As the legal proceedings continue, the implications for Brazil's democracy are profound. Critics argue that the judiciary's actions against Bolsonaro reflect a broader trend of political persecution, while supporters of the ruling maintain that accountability is essential for the health of the nation's democratic institutions. In conclusion, the house arrest of Jair Bolsonaro marks a significant moment in Brazil's political saga, with repercussions that could shape the future of the country's governance and democratic integrity. As both sides prepare for a contentious battle in the courts and on the streets, the world watches closely, aware that the outcome could redefine the very nature of Brazilian politics for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.